Good evening, Toastmasters and dear guests. I welcome you all for the 853rd meeting of the Chennai Toastmaster Club. The mission of Chennai Toastmaster Club is to provide a positive and supportive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop their communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Before moving into meeting, I would like to brief certain rules to be followed. Please make sure that your mobile phones are in silent mode. Can you take few seconds and make sure that it is in silent mode? And please sit in a silent atmosphere for a better meeting experience. I request you to not to speak on the three topics, which is politics, sex, and religion. And with this, we are moving into the meeting. I hand over the meeting to the proceeding officer, Toastmaster Naveen. Toastmaster Naveen is our current Vice President Education and future President-elect. And he is an electrical engineer by qualification. Toastmaster Naveen, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Palanisamy Sergeant at Arms, for the warm welcome. And once again, I welcome all the guests and members of Chennai Toastmasters Club to the meeting number 853. And I officially declare meeting number 853 open. Okay. Before we proceed into the meeting, we have a quite number of guests. Okay. I think Toastmaster Gopinath, a guest Toastmaster. Can you introduce yourself?
Yes, sir. Good evening. I'm Gopinath from Meraki Toastmasters.
Okay.
And I've been a Toastmaster for the past 2-3 years. Casually, I was just going through, I was watching TV. So I know definitely it's a waste of time. So at least let me make use of a little of that time. Then I saw your Zoom platform number and I thought, okay, let me log in. Otherwise, what I'll be doing is I'll be sitting in front of that box and losing my mind. So thank you very much for having provided this opportunity.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gopinath. And guest Samir Saban, can you introduce yourself?
Hi, thank you. This is my second meeting as a guest, and next meeting I think I'll be try and be a member of this Toastmasters Club. The reason that I like this Toastmaster Club because we have more number of physical meeting than the online meetings, and the others clubs we have they have maximum online meetings. So I'll be interested in for the physical meetings, and that is happening with this club. And also this is the oldest club I feel in the Chennai, and the last experience was very good experience that I had with this club. So looking forward, I'll be in touch with Sarath to be a member of this club. And thank you for having me here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guest Samir. And I think guest Ram Kumar, can you introduce yourself? Okay. Guest Rajiv.
Yes, Ram Kumar, please unmute and speak.
Okay, it seems some technical glitch. Okay, we will connect with our guest at the later part of the meeting. Now we are going to proceed with the meetings, and the man who are going to proceed the meeting along with full power. So it will be our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sarath. I'm handing the stage to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sarath. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Presiding Officer, Toastmaster Naveen. Good evening, all Toastmasters, guests. So, before proceeding to the meeting, The first responsibility that I have as the TMOD today is to introduce to the theme of the day. So before moving to the theme of the day, first we are going to do a small activity. I request everyone to take a small piece of paper or something to note down, and we are just going to dive into an activity. And how many of you here have watched the movie, Tamil movie Arunachalam, or heard about that movie? Okay, yeah, great. So we are going to do a small game, a kind of activity with respect to this movie. So suppose if you have, imagine you have 86,400 rupees donated to you, and you can do anything with this amount, but very important, this amount will be over by tonight, and you can't have the balance tomorrow. So now there are few conditions. You cannot donate this amount or lend it to someone, and you cannot buy any items which are above 10,000 rupees, and you cannot buy any quantity more than once. So what I request you to do is, in that piece of paper that you have, write down what you will buy with this 86,400 rupees. Just take a small piece of paper and write down what you will buy for this 86,400 rupees that you have been given. You have to somehow spend all these amount to win. We'll have a minute for this. Please note, you cannot donate it or lend it to someone, and you cannot buy any items like more than 10,000, like iPhone 30,000, 40,000, like that. The maximum amount you can buy is with the amount of rupees 10,000, and you cannot buy any quantity more than once, like five sarees, 10 mobile phones, 2 bikes, like that you cannot buy. The time starts now. At the end, I will ask someone to.
You have put buy any items above 10,000 rupees. You cannot buy any items.
You cannot buy any items above 10,000 rupees. All the items should be below 10,000.
Got it, got it.
Few seconds to wind up. Yeah, I think thanks. Anyone who would like to volunteer, go first with your list of things.
Yeah, shall I go do?
Yes, yes, sir.
For 9,999 rupees, shoes.
9,000. Yeah, okay.
One pair of shoe.
Okay.
For 9,999 rupees, one telephone.
Okay.
And for 9,999 rupees, one pant and a shirt.
Okay.
Toastmasters term for 2 years, for 2 terms, please.
Okay.
I'll buy a new pathway also in advance.
Okay. Okay.
Books for 9,999 rupees.
60,000 over.
60,000, two
Still-
more, no?
Yeah, 24,000 left.
24,000 rupees left, huh? Only 10,000, 10,000.
24,600.
Okay. Scent, one scent bottle. There is a beautiful scent bottle for 9,999 rupees.
Okay. Okay. Still,
Another 99,000 rupees, 9,900 rupees. One champagne bottle. Whether I drink or not, I'll buy and keep.
okay. And
4,000
still 400
rupees.
left.
4,000 rupees, huh?
400 rupees.
400 rupees.
400.
400 rupees,
Yeah.
I will buy a packet of biscuits, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Gopinath. A big round of applause. Anyone else who has written differently would like to volunteer?
Actually, I wrote similar items, so it is not going to make any sense because I also thought 2 terms of Toastmaster Club fee, everything. You know, he shared almost all the detail which I wrote.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you. Right.
Tell me what is
Right.
your idea, gentlemen?
So we'll move forward. So my dear friends, the 86,400 rupees that shown here is not the amount. It's a time that God has given us.
Correct.
Each day, we all have 86,400 seconds a day. And if we don't spend this 86,400 seconds, it's going to be elapsed tomorrow. And we are not going to get any balance that we left behind. And if we are in such a situation, we know how we will spend each and every rupees that we saw in the activity. Similarly, each and every second of our day should be spent something useful. Otherwise, it's going to be a waste. And tomorrow we are going to lose this. So that's the significance of time that we have. So moving forward, every Toastmasters meeting will have 3 sections. For the benefit of guests, I will introduce those 3 sections. Number 1 is prepared speech session, where each member, every member of a Toastmaster club will be working on certain project. They will prepare with respect to their project objectives, and they will present a speech for 5 to 7 minutes. So that is called prepared speech session. Number 2 is a table topic session, where an impromptu topic will be given by the table topic master. Anyone from the audience, irrespective of members or guests, can participate in this session. Number 3 is the most important evaluation session, where all the meetings role will be evaluated by a person called general evaluator and his team. So now it's time for me to introduce the general evaluator of today. Today's general evaluator role is played by Toastmaster Naveen Raj, who is an electrical engineer by qualification, and he is currently working as a quality engineer in Revel Itex Private Limited. And he is a past SA of our club, past secretary, past treasurer, current vice president education, current division secretary, and future president, upcoming president-elect of our club. So please join me in welcoming our general evaluator of today, Toastmaster Naveen.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Sarath, for the warm introduction and warm greetings. And as the Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Sarath said, as I am acting as a general evaluator for today's meeting, so I'm going to evaluate at start from the meeting to end of the meeting. So to evaluation is a process of making value judgments over a level of performance or achievement. It is concerned not only with the appraisal of achievement, but also with its improvements. So for my evaluation, I have a 2 set of teams going to assist me. So first team stands for tag team, T stands for timer, A stands for accountant, and G stands for grammarian. So first I will going to introduce the timer. Sorry, okay, I will introduce first the accountant of today's meeting. So I would like to welcome Toastmaster Adini to read out the R counter objectives. Over to you, Toastmaster Adini.
Good evening, all. So I'm the R counter for this section. The purpose of R counter is to note and overused words or filter sounds used as a crunch by anyone who speaks during the meeting. Words may be inappropriate injections such as and, well, but, so, and sounds may be during the evaluation portion of the meeting. I will report the observation which are called upon by the speakers. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Adini. Now I would like to welcome our grammarian, Toastmaster Palanisamy, to read out the project, grammarian objectives and share the word of the day.
Good evening, all. I am playing the role of grammarian. The role of grammarian is to note down the good usages as well as not so good usages of the language during the speeches. And I will report the end of the meeting. I will submit my report. And grammarian role is also to introduce the word of the day. Today's meeting, word of the day for today's meeting is abundance. The usage is, the meaning is, it's a plenty of something. So we can wish someone as happy birthday. Instead, we can wish you abundance of happiness. And the usage is, our team is have an abundance of talent. So I request everyone to use the word of the day since it is a practically usable word. Thank you, and over to General Evaluator.
Thank you, grammarian Toastmaster Palanisamy. I know you are all wondering why the timer can't read out his project objectives, because I am going to do the timer for today's meeting also. So as a timer, my role is remind you to keep the tracking of time limits, and I will show the green card at 5th minute, and I will show the yellow card at 6th minute, and I will show the red card at 7th minute for the prepared speeches. And for the table topics, I will show the green card at 1 minute, yellow card at 1 minute 30 seconds, and red card at 2 minutes. Okay, and for the evaluation, I will show the green card at 2 minutes, yellow card at 2 minutes 30 seconds, red card at 3 minutes. So this is for the timer objectives, and we will submit our tag team report and later part of the meeting. And I will now hand over the stage to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sarath.
Thank you, Toastmaster Naveen, the General Evaluator, for explaining the objectives and introducing your team. Now, moving into the meeting, I'm not going to share abundant of information regarding time management. I'm just going to share just 2 pieces of information with respect to the time management. So it's time for us to witness the first piece of information. So how to manage time, the most, many of you might be knowing this. It's called the 2D thinking, 2-dimensional thinking on time management. So what it is, very simple. We'll be drawing 2 axes. The y-axis represents importance or the priority, what priority we have, or how much importance we are giving to an activity. And the x-axis is going to represent the urgency. How much soon does the work require? Is it so much urgent? So this is the basis on which we used to manage time. And this is totally based on prioritizing or we say efficiency or the logical part. And if you put this into a complete 4 quadrant, this is what we will get. So the first quadrant represents the things which are urgent and important, which we have to do. And the second quadrant represents something which is not urgent, but very, very, very important. Maybe it can be our something which we plan in the future, kind of, or something which focus on the life purpose of us, life calling, which may not be urgent at the moment, but it is important. And mostly this in this quadrant, most of the tasks will come, and slowly from second quadrant, if we don't act on them, it will come to the first quadrant. And the third quadrant represent the things which are urgent but are not important. So such things we can delegate to others. And the fourth thing, which are not urgent and not important. The most common example for this is like looking at social media, looking at the status, posting in WhatsApp, whatever it is that is not urgent and not important. All these things may be same for someone. It's not like a single thing which is urgent and important for all of us. It depends on our profession that we do. It depends on what really we want to achieve with respect to our goals or with respect to our profession. So first thing that we will do, and second thing we will plan and we will start doing. And the third thing we will try to delegate to someone. And the fourth thing we will try to eliminate. So this is the first piece of information that I have. And this is called a two-dimensional way of thinking with respect to time management. And with this, we'll move to the first part of the meeting. Today, we have two prepared speakers. So the first prepared speaker is Toastmaster Geeta. Before introducing her, let me call evaluator Toastmaster Lakshmi Narayana to read out Toastmaster Geeta's project objective.
Good evening, Toastmasters. I'm sorry I couldn't turn on the camera. Toastmaster Geeta is giving a speech on level 3 electives project. The purpose of this project is for the member to practice using a story within a speech or giving a speech that is a story. Timer, please know the time is 5 to 7 minutes. Wishing all the best to Toastmaster Geeta. Over to you, Toastmaster Geeta.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lakshmi Narayana. To introduce about Toastmaster Geeta, she is a Toastmaster for the past 3.5 years, and she has completed her path 1 in our pathways. And she is very much passionate about improving her communication skills. And when I ask about one tip with respect to time management, she just said, simply prioritize your work. And it's time to introduce Toastmaster Geeta. Let's give a big round of applause. Toastmaster Geeta, what's your internal dialogue? What's your internal dialogue, Toastmaster Geeta?
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sharath. Good evening to one and all present here. See, I'm sure you all must be aware of the fact that in our mind, we generate a lot of stories. So these stories, we don't realize that they can impact us in a very positive way, or they can even impact us in a negative way, depending upon the kind of stories that we tell ourselves. For instance, when we tell ourselves positive stories, then we will live a life of abundance, and it can also uplift us to live a life filled with enthusiasm and excitement. Whereas the negative stories will not only enslave us into a horrible routine, but we will not feel good about ourselves. So today, I take this opportunity, or I take this moment to share with you all a story about Maria, whose self-talk was very critical until an incident happened in her life, which helped her change the way she thought about herself. So this protagonist, Maria, she lived with her mother in a small apartment. To tell you something about her, she was neither very rich nor very poor. She was neither too beautiful, nor can you say that she was ugly. She was neither short nor very tall. But she worked for an organization, a big organization, as a secretary of the organization. And her life was very much mundane and boring. Not many people paid attention to her work or to her. And if at all, a few of them paid attention to her, then they considered her also to be as boring as her life. One day, this Maria was walking to her office and she suddenly saw a new hat shop had opened down the street. So in a spur of curiosity, Maria walked into the shop. Now in that shop, friends, there were two customers. There was one lady with a little daughter and one another customer. They were all trying the hats. Maria also looked for a few hats. She tried a few hats and until she liked one. And the first one to notice her, friends, was a little girl in the shop. She shouted at her mom, "Mommy, look at that lady. How beautiful she's looking with that hat on." So this mother, she walks up to Maria and tells her, "Ma'am, I must tell you, you're looking very beautiful with this hat." And then the second customer also walked up to her and said, "You're looking very lovely with this hat on." So Maria, she put this hat again on her head and looked at the mirror once again. And for the first time in her adult life, she really loved what she saw. She loved herself. And she immediately walked up to the cash counter to pay for it and to buy it. Now, filled with joy and enthusiasm, Maria came out of the shop. And a new world revealed to her. Friends, never before had she noticed the beautiful flowers along the pathway that she walked every day, nor had she smelled the fragrance of the flowers. Can you all believe it? Even the rustling traffic and the noise of the people sounded like an harmonious melody to her ears. With a song in her heart, she drifted as though she was floating on the clouds. As she passed a coffee shop, which she generally passes, a boy noticed her from inside and called out to her, "Hey, you're looking gorgeous. Never seen you before. Would you like to join me for a cup of coffee?" Now this Maria, she was in a hurry, so she smiled shyly and she just moved away. Now as she reached her office, the office gatekeeper opened the gate for her. She was surprised. Never had he noticed her before. And then when she got into the elevator, the lift man looked at her and wished her, "Good morning, ma'am." Oh, she was happy with all the attention that she was getting. Not only that, they even asked her on which floor she had to get down and they pressed the button for her. So Maria was very happy with all the attention that she received from all the people around her. Now, as she entered her office, her colleagues, they looked at her as though they were seeing her for the first time. Not only they looked at her, they also went up to her and complimented her for the way she looked. I mean, they told her she felt flattered when they all came up to her and told her that she was looking beautiful that day. So she was enjoying all the attention that she was getting in her office. Not only that, even her boss noticed her and asked her out for lunch. Of course, friends, to find out about how she feels at work every day. Now, after this miraculous day was over, or at the end of the day, I should say, Maria decided to take a cab home. And in the cab, when sitting in the cab, she contemplated about the whole day. And she was very happy how the day had begun so well and the kind of attention that she had been receiving from all the people around her. And she thanked herself for the beautiful hat that she had picked for herself. Now, when she reached home, her mother opened the door for her. Her mother was also startled to see Maria and said, "Oh, Maria, you're looking so beautiful. Your eyes are lit up like when you were a little girl." So Maria walks inside the house and tells her, "It's all because of this hat, Mom. This hat has made my day. I had a miraculous day in the office." So this mom asked her, "What hat are you talking about, Maria?" Immediately, Maria's hand touched her head, and the hat, the mirror that had made her day beautiful, was missing. She was shocked. She panicked. Where did I leave the hat? Did I leave it in the cab? No, not at all. Did I leave it in the office? No, not at all. she thought back to the time when she went to the shop to buy the hat. And then friends, she remembers that she had left the hat on the cash counter to pay, and she had forgotten to take the hat. And yet she walked out of the shop hatless but glowing. So dear fellow Toastmasters and guests, it was not the hat that made her day. It was her internal dialogue, a shift in her internal dialogue that was reflected on her face, and in turn, she got all the attention from the people around her. So dear fellow Toastmasters and guests, our internal dialogue is very important, and it can impact us positively or negatively. So are you all willing to change the hat within to glow externally? Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Geeta, for that enlightening story. Thank you. So moving on to our next speaker. Before calling for our next speaker, Toastmaster Srikanth Kuttikrishnan, I request this evaluator, Toastmaster Venu Nilakandan, distinguished Toastmaster Venu Nilakandan, to read out his project objectives.
Thank you, dear Modi. Good evening, all, and special good evening to my target speaker, Toastmaster Srikanth Kuttikrishnan. Toastmaster Srikanth Kuttikrishnan is going to deliver a speech from the elective project from the level 3, from the motivational strategy pathways, and it is to inspire your audience. By delivering a speech, he has to inspire the audience. That's the purpose, main objective of this project. And timer, please note that time is 5 to 7 minutes. All the best, Toastmaster Srikanth.
Now let's introduce Toastmaster Srikanth Kuttikrishnan. Toastmaster Srikanth Kuttikrishnan is a central government service staff working for the past 34 years in Southern Railways. He's a Toastmaster since 2018, and he's a spiritual seeker. And with respect to the theme, he told anything that can or needs to be done today, we have to do it today. And that gives us extra time tomorrow for doing better things, because time and tide waits for no man. Let us give a big round of applause to welcome our second speaker, Toastmaster Srikanth Kuttikrishnan. Toastmaster Srikanth Kuttikrishnan, from appearance to quality. From appearance to quality, Toastmaster Srikanth Kuttikrishnan.
You begin to change your thinking from appearances of how things look and how other people view me. See, every time you get upset about anything that anyone has told you, what you're really trying to tell is what they say is more important than what I think about myself. Good afternoon, Toastmasters and guests. You change your thinking from appearances to the quality of my life, rather than thinking how things appear before others. What is the quality of my life, rather than thinking what is the appearance that others have. And when you start thinking about the quality of your life, what that really means is that you are centered around a life that you think is worthwhile living, rather than living a life for others to approve it. See, the funniest part of approval is that most of us like approval. See, I'm the first person to admit that I like people when they walk up to me and say good things, and when people appreciate me when I give a good speech. I'm not saying no, but what I really don't want is, I don't need approval. See, once you start thinking that you need approval, and if you don't get approval for everything and anything that you do, you become immobilized and you stop at the place where you have really begun, because you're giving the power to another person to decide how you need to progress in your life. So once this approval from others becomes a yardstick for your progression, it is going to be somewhere in a place where you are in a comfort zone and you're not progressing. As David Thoreau said, if you advance confidently in the direction of your life and endeavor to live the dreams that you have always wanted to live, you would meet with a success unexpected in common hours. What it truly means is people who are going behind approval are the people who are not progressing in their life. See, if you look at people who get the most approval are those who care the least about it. And the ones who are going after approval are the people who are always wanting approval to move in their life. So approval is not what is required for you to progress in your life. And the second important thing is that we need to live a life on ethics rather than rules. We need to live a life on ethics rather than rules. Let me share you an example of how an ethical life is all about. You would have heard about Nazi Germany, people doing so nasty things to people, killing each other in the name of Nazi Germany, sending people to the gas chamber, and people were killed. And all that they said was, I'm just doing my job. I'm just doing what the government has asked me to do then. It is morally immoral to follow a rule which you think is not right. So you need to live a life on ethics rather than morals. And the last thing that I want to share with you is, once you start thinking that you are progressing in your life, you should be in a position to lift others to go to the place where they also want to go. Because success is not what you get in life. You bring success to everything that you do in your life. It is not something that you get out of life. So what really successful people have to do is to help other person to become equally successful and to live a life that they really want to live. Let me share a personal example of how approval was bringing me down when I was looking for a job. It was a desperate situation in my early 20s when I had to support my family. My education took a back seat. I wanted to find a job to help my mother to raise her family. And the most loving people to me were the ones who were pulling me down, were not giving me the approval, telling me, why don't you keep studying? Why don't you become more educated so that you can find a better job? But I never waited for their approval. The pressing demand for me is to make money to support my family. Had I waited for their approval, I'm not sure I would have done the right thing to help my family. So I never took approval from others. If it was really important to me, it is my own decision. And I do what I think is right. That doesn't mean I'm being arrogant. I listen to others. But end of the day, the decision lies with me. Because it is your life, it is my life, and there is nobody else to blame of how you progress in your life. So my dear friends, here's what I want to leave you with. This is one opportunity where time and tide waits no man, when abundance is your birthright. All you need to do is to look within and to grow and to live a life that you've always endeavored to live. You would know from over a period of time that you have the power, you have everything within you to change the face of this earth and make this world a better place. It is with you, it is within you, not outside of you. So if you think there is a ray of hope in what I said, you can take up these points and try to change not just your life, but make an impact on others' life. If you think it is not worth trying, I leave it to you. There is no hard feeling. But my life changed when I started seeking within, not seeking approval from others, and started living a life on ethics, not on rules. Thank you very much. That's the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Srikanth, for that motivational and inspirational speech. With this, we come to the end of our first session of the meeting, the prepared speech session. Before moving to the second session, today we have another session called educational session. But before going to that, let's talk about the second point which I have with respect to the theme of the day. So we all seen about the 2D way of 2D thinking. Now it's time for us to witness the second thing, that is the 3D way of thinking. It's called 3D thinking on time management. So it's going to be same as the previous model. The y-axis, the z-axis is going to be importance, and the y-axis is going to be urgency. But we are going to have another axis which makes a shift from the previous model. That is the significance. What is the main difference here is the previous model were mostly with respect to the logical part, but here this upgraded model is with respect to the emotional part. How long does it matter? For example, see, urgency means how soon does it matter, and importance means how much does it matter. Significance means how long does it matter? Is it really matter to me in a long run? So to think about it effectively, we have something called focus funnel. I'll explain it. This is a model given by author Rory Vaden in his book Procrastinate with Purpose. It's a very effective model with respect to modern time management. So what it is, very simple. Whatever task that we have, the daily task that we have, we will take and we will pass it via this filtering process. The first is eliminate. We have to check, can I eliminate this task? Is it really important? If I didn't do this task, will I be getting any difficulty? Is there any way to eliminate this task? If yes, we can just remove it. If not, we can pass it via the second funnel, that is automate. Can I automate this task? Meaning there are a lot of things that we can automate in today's digital technology, like paying our gas bill, paying our EB bill, paying all those bills can be automated. And there are many softwares which can automate our work, and it will fetch us more amount of time than wasting on something which is a mechanical process. So the second question that we should ask is, can I automate? Suppose if the task still pass, it says, no, I can't automate this. Then the third question we should ask is, can I delegate it to someone? Can I ask him to do? Can I ask my son to do? Can I ask my brother to do? Can I ask my father to do? Can I delegate to someone so that its effect is not affected? The same task will be done, but I will have more time. So that is the third question we'll ask. Can I delegate? And now still, if the task passes through this funnel, again, we will have two questions. Is it really important now, or can it be done later? If it is really important now, we will concentrate and we will do the task. Suppose if it is not important now, if it says it can be done later, it's not urgent. So what we will do, we will procrastinate the task on purpose. Usually the word procrastination means a negative tone, but here the author says procrastination on purpose. It's like he incorporated it in a positive manner. So again, the task will go to this funnel, because some tasks which pass through this funnel today may not pass through this funnel tomorrow. So that's the reasoning behind. So all the tasks that is passing, getting filtered and concentrated through this funnel, only we will do. So this is the significance calculation, and this is the emotional way, the modern time management technique. This is actually proposed and shared by Mr. Rory Vaden. You can type in YouTube also. There's a TED Talk, famous TED Talk available with respect to this, what I explained now. So moving on to the meeting. So club and past area director of area C4 in Toastmasters International, and he's a past club coach, past club mentor, and current mentor of many mentees, including me. And with respect to the theme, he told, time is what we want the most, but time is what we use the worst. Don't wait for the right time for your effort. Make the time right by your effort. When he told this, I thought he is saying, I felt like as if he is going to saying to me. So with this, please join me in welcoming our educational speaker, distinguished Toastmaster Venu Nilaganda on stage.
Thank you, Toastmasters. Good evening all, and it's such a lengthy introduction. Given 3 people left after hearing that such a long introduction. So before others leave, let me complete my education session. Good evening all. Today we are going to talk about the pathways. So most of you, I can't find most of you, a few of you are very new to Toastmasters, so you need something about the pathways. What is pathways? What is the project? How many projects we have to complete? Like that, lot of questions you have. So today we are trying to give a clear picture of what pathways is, how many projects you have to complete to become a DTM. That's why we are going to share some knowledge. So those who have already completed or doing project, please bear with me because I'm going to start from the scratch. Then only it would be a little bit useful for others. So let me start. So you can reserve your questions or anything doubts you have. I will definitely, I'm going to answer at the end of this program. So let me start first. So what is Toastmaster is and what is pathways? As a new member, we start here. As a member, you start here. And you have to complete all these requirements. And then you have to complete the DTM project. And now then you are becoming a DTM. So I will explain every requirement one by one. So first, once you join Toastmaster, this is particularly for the new members who recently joined. So you will get an ID, membership ID. So once you got the membership ID, you need to first log in the TMI website. So with your email ID or your membership ID, you have to log in first, right? So this is a Toastmasters login. So you need to log in there with your email ID and password they will provide, and you can change that password. So once you log in, it will look like this. Now they have changed a little bit, but still the basic screen is like this. So here your name will appear. Just click. These are the pathways available in Toastmaster right now. Around 11 pathways are there. So you can choose. You have to, when you join as a Toastmaster, one pathways will be provided to you as at a free of cost. And you need to complete 2 pathways to become a DTM. So another pathway, after completion of one path, you have to purchase from the TMI by paying around 1,500 rupees in Indian rupees. So that you will understand after completion of one path. So these are the 11 paths. You need not complete all the 11 paths. You can choose the path. That's I will tell you later stage. And once you log in and how many paths enrolled, that will appear here. Suppose if you joined recently and after choosing one pathway, enrolled one path, that will appear here. So here your club name. If you are a dual member, you can choose from here. You can choose. Suppose we are delivering a speech and you want to give that credit to which club you have to give. Based on that, you can choose that club. Suppose if you are a member of Chennai Toastmaster Club and as well as a Tamil Chennai Toastmaster Club, then you can choose which club you want to give that credit. This is just and basic information. You do not bother about very clearly about all these things. I'm just giving that basic details. Here it's a choose path. So the first path, As I said, it is a free of cost, and for a new path, you have to pay $20. Initially, you will get a path at a free of cost. So this is the free of cost path. Here, you have to choose the path. How to choose a path? So first, you need to ask your mentor. One mentor will be allotted to you by the VP and president. After that, just have a discussion with your mentor. And based on your requirement also, you do not just listen to your mentor, whatever he suggests, don't go for that. You just inform him what are the competencies you want to develop. There are 5 competencies in Toastmasters you can develop. Out of the 5, I will tell you what are the 5 competencies. Out of the 5, which one you want to develop? Sometimes you may not need all the 5. So based on your requirement, you can choose. And otherwise, you can take an assessment. The base camp, you can just click it, take an assessment. They will ask a couple of questions. Based on your response, they will suggest 3 pathways. So based on your response only, they are providing that pathways. So you can choose out of the 3, but there is no compulsion. There is no compulsion that you have to choose out of 3. Again, you have the chance to go ahead with the competency. What is competency? There are 5 competencies. One is public speaking. Another one is interpersonal communication and strategic leadership, management, confidence. These are the 5 competencies. All the 11 pathways are covering. Out of some pathways cover 4. For example, dynamic leadership cover 1, but that's public speaking, and 2, interpersonal communication, and 3, strategic leadership. It doesn't cover management, but it covers confidence. The competency number 1, that's public speaking, as well as the competency number 5, that's a confidence. That will be covered in every project. But suppose if you want to, I'm just joined Toastmasters to develop my public speaking and improve my confidence only, then straight away you can go for a presentation mastery. You need not bother about where I have to choose. No. So based on this competency, whether you want to develop public speaking and interpersonal communication and strategic leadership. So based on that, based on this requirement, you can choose the path, right? There are 5 levels in every pathways. So, sorry. Yeah, there are 5 levels. Level 1, mastering the fundamentals. Level 2, learning your styles. Level 3, increasing knowledge. And level 5, building skills. Level 4, building skills. Level 5, demonstrating expertise. For every level, there are some projects. So that's we are going to see in detail. And once you enroll, as I said, your enroll project or pathways will be here. And see here, it will appear. For example, suppose if you have selected effective coaching, it will appear here. You have to first open curriculum. Once you open, it will look like this. First icebreaker. This is a level 1. Level 1 will appear like this. You have to first read the icebreaker. For every pathway starts with an icebreaker. Icebreaker is nothing. It's all about you and introduction of you. So this is the level 1 project. Now they have changed this level 1. Icebreaker remains. And let me explain what is the new way. Yeah, these are the new level 1. Those who join after 31st October 2021, they have to follow this pattern. Instead of research and presenting project, they have added 2 more projects. That's writing a speech with purpose. First, you need to deliver the icebreaker. Next, you have to writing a speech with purpose. Here, the objective is to write your speech with a particular purpose, and you have to organize properly, and you have to deliver the speech in a very concise, in a structured manner. That's you will learn from this project. And next, introduction to vocal variety and body language. This is all about non-verbal communication, and usually we are using the verbal communication, right? So how you can utilize your voice modulation and body language to enhance your message, that's you will learn from this project. And next project is evaluation and feedback. See, this is a project through which you are going to learn how to get feedback constructively and how to give feedback constructively. Because this project, first you will deliver the one speech and you will get some feedback from your evaluator, and you have to incorporate all the feedbacks given by your evaluator, and you have to incorporate those feedbacks in the next speech. You need to deliver another speech. You are allowed to deliver the same speech after incorporating the feedback, or you are free to choose another speech. But the main purpose is you have to incorporate all the feedbacks given by your previous evaluator, and you have to deliver another speech. So in this particular project, you need to deliver 2 speeches, and also you need to give evaluation to one of the speaker. You need to act as an evaluator also to complete this particular project. So in the level 1 project, you need to complete 1 speech. That's an icebreaker. That's a 4 to 6 minute speech. And next you need to deliver another speech. That's writing a speech with purpose. This is a 5 to 7 minute speech. And next, introduction to vocal variety and body language. Again, have to deliver a 5 to 7 minute speech. So you will get all the details in the project objectives. When you are delivering the speech, everything will be available in the website. That's how I'm going to share. And in this particular project, you need to deliver 2 speeches and 1 evaluation. So altogether 1, 2, 3, 5 speeches you need to complete in the level 1. Once you complete the level 1, see, a tick mark will be there. Before that, first you have to do, before delivering a speech, first what you have to do is, so these are the level 1 I said, and all the 5 levels. And once before you deliver icebreaker, first you are going to launch it, and please go through it. You have the entire details about the icebreaker. What is icebreaker? All the description about the level 1 project about the icebreaker, how to deliver. They will guide you. It's kind of a guiding book. You can get all the details about the icebreaker and how to write the speech and everything you will get. You can go for a lot of details are available. You can even download it as a PDF format. So once you download it, this is you can find introduction, your assessment. That's a very important. Before delivering the speech, you have to pre-assess your current position. So evaluate your current skill level by rating each statement. They would ask about some questions, and you need to, out of 5, you have to answer. You can rank it 4 or 3 based on, for example, I'm comfortable selecting a speech topic. As of now, how many the rating you will give, 4 or 3, even you can give 1 of 5. Based on that, you can give all the questions first you have to give before delivering the speech. This is a pre-project 1. So once you deliver the speech, after that, you have to again log in and you get the feedback from the evaluator, and you have to post-project evaluation assessment. The same question, how you are answering, because before that, you didn't know anything about the speech, right? Now you start giving the speech about the public speaking and icebreaker. You deliver the speech. Something you might have learned. For example, in the pre-project, you might have marked only 3. Now you learn some techniques and you are a little bit comfortable. Your rating would be a little bit improved. From 3 to, it would be a 4 or 5. So you can rank. You can, out of this scale, you can rank 4 or 5, whatever mark you want to give. After the speech also, you need to complete. Then only your speech will be marked as completed. Right? So these are the things you need to do. Complete your project, reopen project, complete assessment skill after. No approval need to continue for the next project. The level completion is only required for level, not for the project. For example, this is the first project. You don't require any approval from the VPE. You can go ahead to the next page, from next page. But for the level completion, you need to get the approval of VPE. Then only this level will be completed. For every completion, you will get a tick mark, and your percentage of the progress will be like this. If you completed only 3 projects or something, you will get a 15% you completed. Like that, you will get some indication where you are. So once you level 1 completed, you just inform your VPE or president to approve it. So they will check and verify that you completed all the projects and required for this level 1. They will approve it. Then when you are level 1 completed, then now you can jump to level 2. So here I would like to say that there is no compulsion that you have to complete step by step. Earlier it was, but now there is no compulsion. You can complete any level at any point of time, but the approval will be given to your completion of that particular project. For example, if you have delivered icebreaker, all of a sudden you're jumping here, understanding your communication from the level 2 project. It would be okay, but that level 2 is, even you completed all the speeches from level 2, your level 2 will be not considered as completed, as you have not completed the level 1 speeches. So your level 2 will be marked as completed only after you have completed all other remaining projects in the icebreaker, means level 1. So I hope you are clear. So you can jump to at any level. There is no restriction. You can from level 1 to level 5. You are allowed to jump, but your project will not be considered as completed unless you complete previous projects. But my suggestion is this project, everything is arranged in a proper way. So I would suggest for the newcomers, new Toastmasters, please complete by step so that you will learn all the elements of the public speaking in a proper way. Otherwise, it would be a kind of difficult, because for the level 3 onwards, for the level 1 and level 2, for all the 11 projects, it would be same. But level 3 onwards, it would be totally different. It will be unique. Sometimes you need to complete a lot of projects. Some project may demand for 6 months. Some project would demand for you have to do some work and you have to bring the result. And for example, some project may have HPL, high performance leadership project. That and all, you need to create a vision and team and guidance committee, lot of things you have to do. So ensure that you completing step by step, like first standard, second standard, third standard, fifth standard, like that. You can don't try to jump from the fifth standard to graduation. Even though you are allowed, but it is not advisable, because as a we have some little bit of experience. That's why we are saying that please go step by step so that you will get all the project speech elements properly, and you will understand why I'm doing this particular project properly. For that, you need to go by step. Next, these are the requirements. So once you completing all the levels, for example, here, level 1, you completed all the projects as I said, 5 speeches, 1 evaluation. Your VP approved, so level 1 completed. You will get a badge. And next, you are going to level 2. Here, some projects like understanding your leadership and understanding your communication. Based on some project, it may be a little bit different. Some project may have understanding your leadership. Some project may have only understanding your communication. Project pathways like presentation mastery would have both, but this one would be compulsory for all. Introduction to Toastmaster mentoring. In this project, you are going to, as I said, that you will be provided with a mentor, and your mentor will guide you throughout your project and everything for level 1 or whatever way. He or she is going to support you and guide you. So being a mentee, a prodigy, how you experience, you are going to share your experience. And most of the time, people are doing a mistake that they are just thinking that this project is all about praising their mentor. No, it's not about the praising their mentor. It's all about sharing their experience under the mentorship. That would be different from praising your mentor. My mentor did that. My mentor is a great speaker. My mentor is a hard worker. Not like that. How you experience. Your mentor might be a great speaker, but sometimes he would not find time to spare evaluate your speech or give your feedback. So don't do that. Please share your experience. How you share your experience being the prodigy under your mentor. That's you have to deliver. So once you completed the 3 speeches, your level 2 over. Then it's an increasing knowledge. Here, based on your project, the main project will differ. Here, one main project, and 2 elective projects you have to complete. Today, Toastmasters completed 1 elective project from the out of 14 projects. There, that elective you will have the option of around 14 projects are there in the elective project. Out of 14, you have to choose 2, but there is no restriction again. You have to only complete 2 projects. The mandatory requirement is 2. You are allowed to complete all the 14 projects. Nobody is going to stop you. So out of 14 projects, you can complete the 14th project. But if you want to complete that TTM quickly, then you can just go for 2 projects. After completion of your TTM, you can come back and you can deliver all the 14 projects. So one main project, it would be based on the pathways that you are going to choose. Some pathways demands a project here. Some pathways demand simply a speech, only a speech. Some project demands for example, effective coaching. Here you have to coach an individual, a fellow Toastmaster for 3 months, and you have to share that experience through a speech. Like that, there are 1 main project and 14 elective projects. These elective projects, when you are choosing that, a lot of elective projects are there. Particularly this one is moved here from earlier it was research and presentation. That's right now it is here. That's a very important project. Don't consider that elective projects are not important as the main project. They are also equally important, but based on your requirement, you have to complete that. That's what I try to say that. So level 3, once you are completing the main project and 2 elective project, level 3 completed. Here next you are jumping to the level 4. Level 4, building skills. Again, based on your pathways, there would be a 1 main project. That main project would be either it be a simple as speech. For example, presentation mastery and all, it would have only a speech. There's no project. But some project will have a project even for a 6 months. Team building. For that, you have to arrange a meeting, means a program, or you have to form a team and a committee, and you have to get a 360-degree evaluation from your team members. So all the after completion of that particular project or the program, you have to share your experience through a speech. That's a level 4 main project. And again, you need to deliver 1 elective project from here. Out of 8, you need to choose 1 elective project. I am again saying that elective project doesn't mean that it's not important. It's very important, but you have to choose out of 8, 1 project you have to choose. And next, it's a level 5. Once you complete level 4 main project on 1 elective, it's over. If your VP approves it, it's over. And next, level 5, demonstrating your skill. Here also 1 main project. And it would be a project or like HPL or some kind of project, as I said earlier. In presentation mastery only, it would be a speech. In other pathways, mostly it would be a project. So you need to complete a 1 project and 1 elective project. This out of 5 elective projects, you need to choose 1 elective project. So now you are level 5 completed. So you completed all the level 5 of all the levels, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now you need to deliver 1 more speech. That's reflect on your path. So far you have delivered all the 5 levels, around 14 speeches, and along with some projects. So now you are going to share your experience, what you learned from the pathway throughout the levels. So now you are going to share your experience, reflecting your experience throughout whatever you learned throughout the path. That's you are going to deliver a speech. Once you do that, it's over. Once you completed everything that you completed 1 pathway, you will get a certificate. Now you need to go for the next pathways, because as I said, you need to complete 2 pathways for the DTM. Again, you can choose the any other pathways, not the same one, based on your requirement. Same thing you have to repeat. Level 1, same icebreaker will be there. Level 1, same thing will be there. Sometimes level 2, based on your project, it might be understanding your leadership or communication. This would be different, but introduction to Toastmaster mentoring will be the same for all the pathways. So again, level 3, the main project will be different. So we're completing all the level 5s again. Once you complete a level 3 in the project, sorry, in the pathway 2, second pathway, you can just send an email to TMI International. I have completed level 3 in second pathway. So my DTM capstone project may be activated. They will check and they will activate your DTM project, capstone project. So you can start your DTM project once you completed level 3 in the second pathways. I will say what is DTM capstone project is. We are going to see that. So these are the requirements for the DTM. First, complete first path of your choice. Tick the completer. Complete second path of your choice. It's also completed. Serve as a club officer for 12 months. That's an ex-corp members. Some countries like abroad, USA and all, they are electing that ex-corp for annual 1 year. But we are doing it for a semi-annual for 6 months only. So you need to serve twice as a ex-corp. Let it be once as a surgeon at arms, once as a treasurer or VP, any out of 7 ex-corp roles. Ex-corp in the sense executive members. For the new members, we have our club. You know that we have our own executive club, executive officers for our club. Around 7 club executive members are there from the surgeon at arms, treasurer, secretary, VP, PR, VPM, VPE, president. These are the executive officer, club officers. You are allowed, anyone can, any active members can take part in the election and be elected as a executive club member. You need to serve twice, then only it will be 1 year, 12 months. Because first 1 term is only for 6 months, so you have to do twice for to fulfill the requirement. So it's also ticked. Next, serve as a club mentor or club coach. So this is a very important thing. Club coach means some clubs might be struggling with any clubs which is below the club strength is below 12. Then a club coach can be appointed by the district. What is club coach? For not your own club, any other club, if it is suffering, you can be appointed as a club coach for the club. With your experience and with your support, you have to bring out the suffering club. You have to support the clubs. For that, you have to request the district, and when they are asking for the nomination, you can nominate, I want to be a club coach. So based on the requirement, they will appoint you as a club coach based on your experience and your knowledge in particular, the Toastmastering. You can't, all of a sudden, you can't become a club coach within a year, within a 6 months. At least they will check your experience, whether you can support a club. So club coach is, you have to come for 1 year. Club coach is particularly for 1 year, Toastmaster year. Every Toastmaster year starts from the 1st July and ends 30th June. So with this, within the period, if you can just recover the club from some clubs may be because of the poor quality or because of the poor strength of members, they can't conduct the club. The club can't survive. So it is your duty to bring up the club, and also you have to achieve some DCP points. That's, don't confuse with those kind of jargon. You need to members. That would be, you can get the club coach. For club coach, you have to fulfill the deadlines. Some deadlines they have, then only you will get the club coach credit. Otherwise, I can't make all these, I can't achieve all these goals and deadlines. Then you can opt for the club mentor. Club mentor is not for the already existing club, it's for the new Toastmaster club. If you know that, if you are starting a new club, or if somebody is starting a new club, you can be a club mentor with the approval of that particular club members. If they are, if they agree that yes, you can be a club mentor, you can. They will send a notification. Yeah, we would like to so and so be a club mentor for our club. Then TMA will accept. So for 6 months, you have to be a club mentor. Club mentor, for the club mentor, you need not achieve anything. You need not fulfill any goals or deadlines. Simply just attend the club and guide them, because it's a new club, right? It's a baby club. So you have to guide them how to conduct the meeting properly, and your support should be there throughout these 6 months. So once you are just like helping a toddler to walk, so you are supporting the club to run smoothly. So for 6 months, you are serving as a club mentor. Once that club, that particular club's members or ex-com members send that email to TMA, so and so served for 6 months as a club mentor, you will get a credit, and it will be reflected in your web page also. TMA website also, it will be reflected in your page. So once you complete the club mentor or club coach, you need not complete both, either of one, club mentor or club coach. So it's also over. Tick. Next, serve as a district officer for 1 year. Just like a club has its own officers, district has a lot of officer roles. You all know that. First, club. Above club, it's an area. Area comes under district. The division. Division comes under district. This is the hierarchical ladder, leadership ladder. So you have to complete the district officer for 1 year. What are the district officer role? These are the club ex-com role: president, VP education, VP membership, VP public relations, treasurer, secretary, surgeon. These are the club officer role. These are the club coach or club mentor. Either one you have to do. Who is a club coach? I explained that. District officer for 1 year. District director, program quality director, club growth director, public relations manager, administrative manager, finance manager, division director, area director. Out of these, you need to play any of the role for 1 year for the requirement of DTM. So you have to play any of the role, then only you will be considered for the DTM. So this is one of the mandatory requirements. Serve as a club officer for 1 year. Next, serve as a club sponsor or conduct a spacecraft or youth leadership program. This is not a big challenge because CTM is conducting many spacecraft and youth leadership program. So you can ask the ex-com members to consider you as a coordinator. So what is spacecraft? It's around a 9 weeks program for the corporate and the adult above 18 years. We are conducting a spacecraft. It's a kind of training program for 9 weeks. We are charging around 6,500 rupees per individual. We are charging. The club is conducting this program. For that, you have to be a coordinator. For every 5 members, 1 coordinator is required. So you can act as a coordinator, so that then you will get a credit for that. Youth leadership program is same as spacecraft, but it is not a chargeable. We are not charging anything. It's free of cost. It's mainly for underprivileged students below 18 years. So this is a social service we are providing. And club sponsor is starting a new club. If you are starting a new club, it's called you will get a credit for that. So either one, club sponsor or a spacecraft coordinator for a spacecraft, or a coordinator for a youth leadership program. So you need to do that. So you will get a tick mark. So once you completed everything, then that DTM project. What is DTM project? See, it's a kind of HPL project. HPL project in the sense you need to complete your program, your project. For example, any project. For example, if you are conducting a milestone project, let it be in outside of Toastmaster. There is no requirement that you have to complete the project within Toastmaster. You can complete even in your office, but you have to inform your VP in advance. I am going to complete this project. If possible, involve him in the team also, if possible. So here you need to complete your project along with your team. You have to form a team. For example, if you are conducting a kind of a contest, speech contest, for that you require some team members, right? Contester, tally counter, a lot of team members are there. So you are organizing. As a being a contestant, you are organizing everything. So your team members, you are building a team, and you are just completing the project, and you get the 360 evaluation from your team members, and you deliver this project. So plan and complete a project that benefits an organization. Develop a team and design a plan, and deliver 5 to 7 minutes speech to share the plan and vision. So to complete this project, you need not wait to till you complete the 2 pathways and all the club mentor, all other requirements. Once you complete that level 3 of second pathways, you can start this project. You just send an email to TMI, requesting them to activate your capstone, DTM capstone project, informing that I have already completed level 3 in the second pathway. So once they verify, and they will activate. Once they activate, you can start this project. So DTM capstone project, you can start well in advance, so that suppose if this project is about for around 6 months, you will have sufficient time. In between, you can complete other requirement. That's a DTM project. Once you complete all these things, you are no longer a Toastmaster, you are a distinguished Toastmaster. This is just what are the requirements for a DTM. And one more thing here, you can deliver some speeches out of Toastmasters, but you are allowed 2 speeches. Maximum non-Toastmaster speeches are 2 speeches, but you are allowed to deliver n number of speeches in other clubs, provided it should be a Toastmaster meeting with an agenda, proper Toastmaster. It should not be a contest. It should not be a conference. It should be an agenda with a Toastmaster meeting with an agenda. There you can deliver maximum speeches. So don't blame that. Don't give an excuse that my club is not providing speech slots, so that's why I'm not completing. You are allowed to. You can attend any club meeting across the world. You can deliver any speeches, provided they should give the speech slot. That's all. So all the best. If you have any doubts or questions, you are welcome. No doubts, no question. I'm so happy. Yes, unmute. Lesson Narayani, please unmute.
Okay, I have one question. For the benefit of time, I will give it. You can stop with one question. My question is like, how different is the capstone project from HTL project? Is it the same or is it different?
No, in the HTL project is almost the structure is same. For HTL project also, you need to complete your project, and you have to plan. You have to have a vision and mission. It is the comparing to DTM capstone project. It's kind of a little bit lengthier project, in the sense that you need to have some vision and mission. Also, a guidance committee, external guidance committee will be there for the high performance leadership program, HPL project. Whereas for the capstone project, there is no external committee. It's all about you. You are going to cover and control the entire project. Nobody is going to guide you. It's all about your project. It can be a one-day program as the contest. For that, you can preparing for that program. You can make it as a project, team building or something. You can utilize for the DTM project. Whereas for the HPL project, it is a process. It's not a one-day program. It's like a speechcraft, or it's a youth program. It's not a one-day program, right? So you have the vision that I want to develop. I want to make this 25 participants a competent speaker. That's my vision. I have to achieve this vision. Here, it's not like that. You have to conduct a program like that. That's there. Mostly, it's a project. I hope I answered.
Yes, yes, I can answer.
As usual, I took much time, right? So, thank you. So if you don't have any questions, we can call it a day. Means I am rapid. Thank you. Back to you, TM Modi.
Thank you, DTM Menu, for explaining the entire process very clearly. I'm sure all of us got that information very clear and inspired to achieve our DTM goal. Thank you so much. So moving forward in our meeting, it's time to witness our TT session. So to conduct, I would like to call Toastmaster Palanisamy, who is a leather technologist by qualification with 25 plus years of experience in the field. And his hobbies are reading and cooking. And he's a current SAA and upcoming Vice President membership of our club. And with respect to the theme, his thoughts are, we are waiting for perfect time to start to do things. There's no perfect time to start to do things. We have to start doing things and improve. Please join me in welcoming the table topic master, Toastmaster Palanisamy. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Sharath. This is the table topic session, the most interesting part of the Toastmaster Club meeting. Due to time constraint, we'll be having limited topics today. The purpose of the table topic is to give the speakers and not just Toastmasters, also for the guests, to give a topic and ask them to speak impromptu on the spot. So this will help to organize our thoughts and give a speech. So for a first one, I'll try to give a topic to a Toastmaster so that the guest can observe how they are delivering a speech. Then you can volunteer and take a topic. For that, from an external club, there is a Toastmaster Gopinath. Toastmaster Gopinath, would you like to take a topic?
Yes, sir, ready.
The topic for you is self-motivation is necessary for success. Self-motivation is necessary for success.
Today morning, I read a beautiful stanza, the difference between like and love. If you like a flower, you will pluck it. On the other hand, if you love the flower, you will water the plant and see that flower bloom. Self-motivation is something like you have to love your own self. Don't expect somebody else to love you. Whatever you need in life to come up, it is there in abundance. It is within you. In fact, the energy is the explanation for energy is, energy is not in the food we take or something like that. Energy is there around us always. It is up to us to harness it. The food we take, the exercises we do help us to harness that energy. Everything is available in abundance, and it is up to us to love us. It is all within us. If you are a self-motivated person, nobody can stop you. If you are expecting somebody else to motivate you, then for each and everything you have to expect somebody else things to happen from others. It is always better if you are a self-motivated person. For example, today I was just sitting, just 3:30, I was sitting and watching a movie, I was scanning the TV. But then basically I'm a self-motivated person. That's the reason why I immediately opened the system and logged into your today's program. It is better to be a self-motivated person so that you can remain energetic right throughout your life. Thank you very much. And over to you, TT Master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gopinath, for that nice speech. Next, I would like to request any of the guests to volunteer. Guest Madhu, would you like to take a topic?
Yes, Mr. Balanisam.
Yeah. Guest Madhu, the topic for you, the most memorable holidays. The most memorable holidays are vacation.
All right. Good evening, everyone. So this is my second session with this Toastmaster session, and probably this is one of the wonderful topic I've ever given. So holidays are always and ever cherishing moments in our lives. So we cannot just say that like one moment which makes us, just like that able to recollect. So when we talk about holidays, always I remember the summer ones. So whenever I used to visit my grandparents' home, and we always used to get that love, and you know what, like every day I was just being put up in a hostel, and I would crave for the holidays to come back to home and enjoy life with the family. But summer holidays is always the one, like I always used to cherish on my school days. So I'm always craving for that too, because now I'm not getting that opportunity to get that moments with the family. So I always love to go back to my school days and enjoy the summer holidays with the grandparents and with the family fun and all these things. Yeah.
Thank you, guest Madhu. Toastmaster Renuka, would you like to take a topic? Toastmaster Renuka.
Yes, sir. Good evening, Panisami, sir.
Yeah, good evening. Toastmaster Renuka, the topic for you, your most favorite hobbies. Your most favorite hobbies.
Oh, thank you, sir. One of my most favorite hobbies is I always love to draw. I love to draw. I love to paint. And in specific, I would like to do pencil drawing. And nowadays, in previous days, I love to do that. And nowadays, along with my children, I'm doing these kinds of work. They'll be given some assignments. I used to guide them. I used to sit with them. I enjoy what they do. In previous days, I'll be doing some drawing and painting, and my parents used to enjoy it, looking at me and guiding me. And now, as a mother, I used to sit along with my children. I spend my time in sharing some of my knowledges in regarding with drawing and painting with my children, and I love to look for their workout, and they inspire when I draw, and I inspire when they do the same, and we share with each other and enjoy drawing and painting is one of my most hobbies I love to do. Thank you, Panisami sir.
Thank you, Toastmaster Renuka. Toastmaster Nanda, would you like to take a topic?
This table topic, Master. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes, Toastmaster Nanda. The topic for you. Don't forget long-term goals during short-term problems.
Can you repeat? Don't forget?
Don't forget long-term goals during short-term problems.
Thank you, table topic, Master, for such a fabulous topic. So when we walk through our life, right, so we all have our own ambitions or goal when you start a career or when you build a family or you want to achieve something personally, etc. But then we have something to start with. For example, let me say that I want to become a DTM in like a 1 year time. But then that goal, to reach that goal, you need to start to work on it like bit by bit on a daily basis or at least weekly basis, right? But life is something is disruptive or unpredictable. So you plan something, but something completely opposite happens, and then you slowly lose track of it. So if you lose track for a month, and then that month becomes 2 months, and then 2 months become 3 months, and 3 months become 4 months, and then you sometimes you forget your long-term goal as well, why you started a Toastmaster in the first place itself. But this is not true for Toastmasters, but this is for everything, right? So how do we stay on the path, or how do we like achieve a goal? Is something like this is something related to what Sharath spoke, which is about time management. So what approach I take is, if there's a glass bottle, I just try to first fill it with the bigger pebbles, which means it's a bigger task, which is very critical task, which I need to complete in a week's time. And then after completing those tasks, then I'm like putting sand to the gaps, right? And then try to put in all of the smaller tasks, like other tasks like going for a shopping or reading a book or preparing for something like maybe writing a book, etc. So this is the way I approach it. So what are task is very important for the week, I complete it right away or plan it to make sure they're complete. And then what are small things, which is important but not critical, I just fill it between the gaps. This way, this would help me to stay focused on my path, and I'm sure with this approach over the time, I'll reach wherever I want, even if it is not on time, but I should be able to reach it. Thank you for the topic, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nanda, for the wonderful speech. Due to time constraint, we are limiting the topic. And with this, I conclude the table topic session, and I hand over the session to Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Palaniswamy, for conducting that session. Very short, but interactive, and asking all more participants to participate. So with this, we move to the final part of the meeting, which is the most important part, the evaluation part. So I like to call the general evaluator, Toastmaster Navi, to conduct the evaluation session. Over to Toastmaster Navi.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sarath. As I said earlier, I have another set of team to evaluate the prepared speakers. So now I would like to welcome our current president, Toastmaster Lakshmi Narayana, to evaluate Toastmaster Geeta Sharaf's speech. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Naveen. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests, and my special mention to my target speaker, Madam Toastmaster Geeta Sharaf, for delivering a wonderful speech and inspiring story to let us know the power of positivity. Though a title says, "What's your internal dialogue?" I see it as Maria and Hat as the title, because that's the first thing I relate to the story, because you set the stage for a story very clear, right? Making me visualize how Maria looks like, the tall or short, paradox, beautiful or ugly, rich or poor. It's been between all these things. So she's one ordinary person, the next door person. I could relate that very well. Then you took a simple story where the simple girl visited a hat shop, and how a positive feedback starting from a kid that made Maria feel herself beautiful, and further a positive feedback in the shop made her more confident about herself. And what I liked is you maintain that suspense until the last. You didn't reveal the suspense. Like this positivity which she got through the shop is made her feel herself very beautiful and special. And I also loved all the details of each person, how each person treated her positively, be the person inside the office, the lift operator, her colleagues, and finally her mom. But as always, your mom is always the right person to give you the right feedback, right? She's the one who pointed out that there isn't any hat in her, but still she appreciated her positivity. And that's when she realized she didn't pick the hat from the shop at all. So I like the moment where you break the suspense. Even until that time, I was imagining that she was carrying the hat, but later realized the hat is nothing but the positive thought she was carrying along with her. It's a invisible hat she was carrying along with her. So this is what is teaching me the power of positivity from this show, because one small positive thoughts in the morning can change your whole day. And this one small positive feedback from all these people in the shop have made her so positive all the day, and everyone started seeing the positivity from her. But having said all positive about your speech, I should also give some recommendations. Toastmaster is a place where you also give critical feedback. You can take it still in a positive way. One only suggestion I could say is that You had a very good body language, and thanks for standing and deliver this speech. But in addition to that, you could have had more emotion and body language to your speech to convey how she was traversing, how she felt had this on her head, how people reacted to her. It could have been conveyed with more emotions and body language. Otherwise, your story was excellent. It conveyed the power of positivity, and really enjoyed it. And thank you, and wishing you all, wishing your best for the next speech also. And thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lakshmi Narayana, for the wonderful evaluation. Now I would like to welcome distinguished Toastmaster Venu Nilagandan to evaluate Toastmaster Srikanth Puttikrishnan speech. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Again, good evening. And special good evening to my target speaker, Srikanth Puttikrishnan. Giving this project to Srikanth, the inspire our audience, is just like giving a chocolate or ice cream to a baby. It's almost like that, because he is such an inspiring and motivational speaker. But after hearing his speech, I'm in dilemma whether I should give feedback or whether I should deliver my evaluation, because he clearly made it very clear that he never approved anybody's opinion. He never wants approval. That's the power of his speech. That's the way he achieved his goals, I would say that. Because very clearly, when he opened his speech, he made it very clear. So this is my project objective. This is the message of my speech. So audience are very clear. Okay, this is the food I am going to be provided. So they are ready. So he delivered exactly what was intended from, what was expected from Toastmaster Srikanth, because he was calm and composed. That's the way I like that. Confident level was in such a way that I can't find an iota of nervousness. I can say that it is even the sign of nervousness I cannot find. Such a way he delivered, very calm and composed, and the delivery was so smooth. It was such a confident level. It can be delivered only at such a confident level, that very smooth, and never ever I can find any struggle in between. That's really a great achievement. And he made it very clear that 3 points don't need anybody's approval for you. So you can take your decision. Don't wait for others' approval. Hit the nail on the head. And next, ethics. Live by ethics, not by rule. So that's another point. And again, success is not, don't expect success out of life. It's throughout life you can find the success. That's 3 messages he tried to deliver to audience. He succeeded as a speaker. So what I want to still do, I still need, as an evaluator, it's my duty to give feedback. So what feedback I would like to give? So first thing is, you have too many for your audience. The 3 messages. Take a 1 point. For example, don't need anybody's approval. Live your life. That's a 1 point, 1 message you can convey, so that you can give a lot of supporting materials, so it would reach, instead of giving 3 or 2, more than 2 messages. So that would little bit confuse your audience. That's a point number 1. Another thing, it's a inspire your audience. Inspire here, you made it a little bit persuade your audience, because most of the points, messages you try to convince to your audience, say established fact. For example, live by ethics, not by rules. So no, we can't expect that everyone would accept that. Don't expect others' approval. That's also, you can't expect that everyone would agree with you. So for that, you have to convince. And you have to, how to convince them? You have to create the credibility. How to create the credibility? You have to provide the supporting materials. So you, throughout your speech, I will find the message, but not the vehicle. Through the vehicle, if you are providing that message, it would reach your audience and they would be converted after getting the credibility and the way you are convincing your audience. That's the one thing. So it's might be my wishful thing, and as an evaluator, I'm not supposed to say that. I expect a speech which is not inspirational, something different, because it's already a motivational pathways. You had abundance of project. You have abundance of project. At least in the elective project, I expect you come out of your comfort zone. Something, try a new project. That's my, it's not as an evaluator. as a fan, I am expecting a speech, something which is not inspiring or something not motivational. Thank you. With that expectation, thank you for the opportunity. Back to you, Toastmaster, General Evaluator.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Venu Nilakandan, for the wonderful evaluation. And let's now hear from our tag team report. Now I would like to welcome Toastmaster Adini, our counter, to present her counter report.
Hi everyone. First, I'll start the prepared speakers. Toastmaster Geeta had pronounced R 2 times, paused two times, and so once. And prepared speaker Toastmaster Srikanth Kuttikrishnan paused twice during his speech. And Toastmaster of the day TM Sarath had pronounced R's 5 times and so 4 times, and used and 2 times and like 4 times. And Toastmaster Naveen Raj, that he used R once and gave a pause once. And evaluator Lakshmi Narayana had used R 4 times, and evaluator Venu Neelakandan used R thrice and 2 times and paused twice. And Toastmaster Palniswamy used R thrice. And TT speaker guest Gopinath used I twice and paused once. And TT speaker guest Madhu used R 7 times and so twice and was twice. And TT speaker TM Renuka used R 4 times and used and 4 times and 3 times. And TT speaker TM Nanda used R 4 times and so 2 times. Yes.
Thank you, Toastmaster Adini, for your counter report. Now, let's welcome our grammarian Toastmaster Palnisamy to present his grammarian report.
Good evening all once again. I'm so happy. The word of the day was abundantly used by many of the Toastmasters as well as the guests. Toastmaster Sharath used the word of the day. Toastmaster Geeta Sharaf used it. Toastmaster Srikanth Kuttikrishnan used it. Toastmaster Gopinath and a distinguished Toastmaster Venu Neelakandan used the word of the day. And some of the good usages, I understood the two-dimensional thinking and three-dimensional thinking from Toastmaster Sharath. And Toastmaster Geeta Shroff used new world revealed, eyes are lit up. These are some good usages. And throughout Toastmaster Srikanth Kuttikrishnan, it was like, many are like fabulous quotes. I do not need approval. If you are going behind approval, you will not progress. Need to live life on ethics, not based on rules. Morally immoral. Successful people help others to become equally successful. You have everything to change, not just your life, also impact others' life. These are all very good usages by Toastmaster Srikanth Kuttikrishnan. And distinguished Toastmaster Venu Neelakandan used get feedback constructively, give feedback constructively. And Toastmaster Lakshmi Narayana, mom is the right person to give the right feedback, and also the power of positivity. These are all very good usages. And distinguished Toastmaster Venu Neelakandan used, there is no iota of nervousness. Only one area, one time I used, instead of very, very important, we can use most important. That is the only recommendation. Today, I felt it's really wonderful in terms of the right usages. Thank you, and over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, grammarian Toastmaster Palnisamy. And now it's time to present my timer report, and Toastmaster Palanisamy, Sergeant at Arms, time taken 1 minute 1 seconds, and the presiding officer Toastmaster Naveen Raj with the guest introduction, time taken 3 minutes, and Toastmaster of the day Sarath, time taken 2 minutes 34 seconds, and the game conducted by Toastmaster of the day, time taken 2 minutes 40 seconds, and the general evaluator introduction and with his tag team objectives, time taken 3 minutes 40 seconds. And again, the prepared speeches, Toastmaster Geeta Sharaf, time taken 7 minutes 30 seconds, and Toastmaster Srikanth Puttikrishnan, time taken 6 minutes 27 seconds. And for the educational session, distinguished Toastmaster Venu Nilagandan, time taken 35 minutes, and the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sarath, time taken 4 minutes 30 seconds, and the table topic master Toastmaster Palanisamy, time taken 1 minute 40 seconds, and the table topic speakers, guest Toastmaster Gopinath, time taken 1 minute 50 seconds, guest Madhu, 1 minute 19 seconds, Toastmaster Renuka, 1 minute 15 seconds, Toastmaster Nanda, 1 minute 31 seconds, and for the evaluation segment, Toastmaster Lakshmi Narayana, 3 minute 10 seconds, and distinguished Toastmaster Venu Nilagandan, 3 minute 30 seconds, and for the tag team report, our counter, Toastmaster Adini, 1 minute 10 seconds, Grammarian, 1 minute 20 seconds, and my timing is 1 minute 50 seconds. And with this, I will enclose my timer report. And for the general evaluator, meeting started at 4:15 due to some due to the division contest. So we started a little later, and the educational session was amazing, and the abundance learning from pathways and projects from our double DTM Venu Nilagandan. So it was a wonderful organized and well explained about each and every projects and pathways and how to reach the distinguished Toastmaster capstone. So it was a wonderful speech, and kudos for the ESCOM for arranging a well organized educational session. And with this, I will hand over the stage to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sarath.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator Toastmaster Naveen, for conducting the evaluation session. So, my dear friends, we come to the end of the meeting. So, I conclude by saying, before I conclude, let me just share the final small poem. To realize the value of 1 year, ask a student who failed a grade. To realize the value of 1 month, ask a mother who gave birth to a premature baby. To realize the value of 1 week, ask the editor of a weekly newspaper. To realize the value of 1 day, ask a daily wage laborer with kids of feed. To realize the value of 1 hour, ask the lovers who are waiting to meet. To realize the value of 1 minute, ask a person who missed a train. To realize the value of 1 second, ask a person who just avoided an accident. And finally, to realize the value of 1 millisecond, ask the person who won a silver medal in the Olympics race. Just to add on, to realize the value of 15 minutes, ask the ExCom and role players of a Toastmaster meeting that is running late by 15 minutes. So my dear friends, let's make the best use of our time and make all the 86,400 seconds that we got to the maximum productive thing. I am putting the chat box a TED Talk link which I shared about the model. So maybe if you are interested to know more in detail about that model, you can just visit the talk and read the book. Thank you so much. I'd like to now hand over the stage to the presiding officer, Toastmaster Naveen. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sarath. And with this, we came to the end of the meeting. And Zoom Master, Toastmaster Palanisamy, can you please launch the polls? And in meanwhile, we will get the guest feedback. I would like to welcome Toastmaster Gopinath, guest. Can you please share your feedback about the meeting and how will you reach out our clubs?
Yeah, really, it was a very good meeting. But honestly speaking, I'm not in a position to join another club. I cannot afford to have dual membership. I'm not that much comfortable with money. So right now I'm a member of Meraki, and that's what it is. Whenever there is a small chance and if there is some online meeting, it's available, I will go. Of course, I live in Sholinganallur, and I used to get some opportunities to visit other clubs also. In the meantime, I'm also the area director of F1. So that is one thing. So I'll be visiting clubs wherever required. That's what it is. The quality of your meeting is really good. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, guest Toastmaster Gopinath. And now I would like to welcome guest Ram Kumar.
Hello, yes, sir.
Can you please share your feedback about the meeting?
Oh no, sir, nothing. I am first time I will see that meeting. Is always good only. Oh, nothing say. I will develop my skill only. That is why I will join with him. Any task will be there. You will ask to me, sir. Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, guest Ram Kumar. And guest Purushottaman, can you please share your feedback? Okay. Guest Mathu, can you please share your feedback?
Yeah, sure. So compared to last session, like, it is really a wonderful and eye-opening session for me, being a guest, because I was completely unaware and unsure about like what is going to happen, and how long it is really required for me to pull myself up and get that complete confidence to be a public speaker. So I really got the complete insight. So it is up to me to decide, and it is up to me to make the things happen at the earliest. Yeah, it was really wonderful, an education session altogether.
Thank you, Madhu. And meanwhile, guest, you can please contact regarding the membership related queries and how to join Toastmasters program. Please, you can contact our Vice President membership, Toastmaster Sarath, and already he's sent the WhatsApp guest group link in the chat box. So you can contact him regarding the membership queries. Toastmaster Sarath will take care of that. Hope the polls are completed, Zoom Master.
No, yes, it's completed. I sent you the result.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Lakshminarayan. Okay, the best tag team amongst the timer, accounter, and grammarian, it goes to our grammarian Toastmaster Palanisamy. And the best table topic speaker goes to our Toastmaster Nanda Kumar. And the best role player amongst Toastmaster of the Day, General Evaluator, and Table Topic Master goes to our Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Sarath. And the best evaluator goes to our double DTM, Distinguished Toastmaster Venu Nilagandan. And the best prepared speaker goes to our Toastmaster Geeta Sharaf. With this, we came to the end of the meeting. So I officially declare meeting number 853 closed, and we will meet again in the next week, Sunday at the Egmore. So Zoom Master, can you please stop the recording? We can start